Yeah, and you had a really cool story about your daughter, which I definitely want you
love
to
this
share.
story.
This is awesome. So now, um, she was in fourth grade, correct?
Yes.
With this, so this is just. I'm sure you've had many awesome experiences with your kids, but
We have.
this one I like, and for those that are potentially maybe wanting to be an adoptive parent, this will get your heart.
Well, my daughter, you know, she was always one of those kids that was outspoken, willing to do anything, and she wanted to make a difference. She wanted to reach out to other foster children, and we didn't exactly know how to do that. So their school put out a program for futures of our children and what would you like to do when you grow up. Well, my daughter said, I want to make a difference with foster children. And she said, well, what would you like to do? And she said, I would like to get clothes for them, because the one thing I remember is I never had many clothes. And she said, it used to make me cry, and kids would tease me. She goes, so she started a program at school and sent a letter home to each and every parent of the students at school and asked for clothes that were in good shape, and could you bring them to the school? Well, the school supplied her with a closet to keep the clothes in. Well, the closet was filled by lunch the next day. So she ended up, in the long run, she filled a whole classroom, 3 to 4 feet high, completely across the classroom, and spent an entire year, her and her friends, all their recesses and their little breaks that they would get, separating the clothes from size, sex, and season. Well, the next thing I know, the media is at our door, and they want to talk to her. And we went back to the school and did a review there, and they interviewed Shirley, and at the end of the interview, they asked her, Shirley, if there's one thing you could tell all these children that you've gotten these clothes for, what would you say? She just simply said, I love them.
Awesome.
It was that simple.
Right.
Yeah. So she's continued that, though. She doesn't stop there. She ended up winning the Sparky Anderson Award for that little event, which we thought was little, but it was a big deal.
Yep.
And she went up to do a speech, and she didn't say or do anything that she practiced in her speech. And at the end of the speech, one media person asked her, Shirley, now that you've seen the millions of dollars that go to sponsoring different things, what's your future look like? She just said, like Madonna, I want to change the world, sir. And that needs to be done.
Exactly. Yep. And she was in fourth grade.
She was in fourth grade.
That's
a little girl.
That is
Yep.
awesome.
I mean, that, if that doesn't want to, I mean, those, of course, it's not easy. It's a major challenge. I not everyone can be a foster parent or an adoptive parent, but there's so much you can do, and that's what's important.
Yes, there's so many different things you could do to help, to make a difference. You don't have to be the foster parent.
Exactly.
You can be the person that brings that child some clothes.
Exactly.
That makes a difference.
And of course, we touched on this a lot in the previous interview. Orchard's wonderful staff, amazing place, and they give you that support. So
The support's there. It's still there. My kids are 21 and 22 now, and Orchard's is still there for them.
Yeah, and that's really good to hear.
It is.
And that's good to hear.
Orchards does. Once you're part of Orchards, you're
Yep.
always part of
Yep.
Orchards.
And you're the family.
They'll always help you.
Yep.
They'll never turn a foster child away, even if they're 30 years old.
Exactly. So obviously going through the little bit of fostering, but the years of adoption, knowing that you have them, that they have your back, just makes the biggest difference.
We couldn't have done it without Orchards. Carmine, the vice president alone, and Mr. Williams, the CEO, I had their personal numbers. I could call them at 3 a.m. They were there helping.
That's
They
awesome.
gave us the advice. They would even come to our house as we needed. And because my kids were really traumatized. So the one thing, I didn't have a whole lot of education on the mentality of what a child goes through in these situations. I needed that help, and they were there.
Yeah, and that's so important. So, yeah, I still love that story with your daughter. That's
Oh, she's so cool.
that is just awesome. It's very touching, and and again, talking about the growth of all that and seeing them, and you've had many years of seeing that. So
Yes.
so that's a awesome thing to see there. So, did you had a question, right?
I'm sorry?
You had a question you wanted to ask, right? I think.
No, you covered it.
Okay. I want to make sure I didn't forget about
I
you there,
no,
Jim.
I wanted to hear the daughter story. That was my big thing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
she
I
has
love
a heart
that.
of gold. She has a heart of gold, and
Yeah.
at that young age, to want to make a difference, and we didn't push her into that. That was all her own doing.
Yep.
You know.
But to that point, your support there, or knowing you were there,
Absolutely.
is you didn't
She
have
encouraged me to want to help.
To, there you go.
So, and
There you go.
I think it was her drive that made me want to work for Orchards. And once I found out what Orchards was like and what they were about, I had to be a part of it.
Exactly. So, yeah, and again, with these donations, with the volunteering, it is so important. Again, one day a year makes all the difference. But again, for those that want to or are interested in doing this, just contact Orchards.
Yeah, just contact us, and we'll find out what you want to do, and we'll let you know what we have, and we'll place you somewhere. We're going to find a spot for you.
Exactly.
We don't turn away volunteers.
Beautiful.
And from the sound of it, maybe there's somebody that could help you out with on your end of stuff, right?
Oh, I can always use help.
I'm sure
I can
it's-
always use help. That's why my daughter's there for a pinch. So when I can't
There
find
you
an
go.
intern to help me load a couch, my daughter's there.
Now, do they? Is it? Will you just get a call saying, "Hey, somebody's got something," and you have to just jump and get it, or is it scheduled?
It's scheduled.
Okay.
We arrange it. They call in, and we make a list of what they have. And before we even pick it up, we find a home that can be allocated to,
Perfect.
Oh,
because there's kind of a waiting
nice.
list. So
Yeah.
we try to pick it up and drop it off the same day.
Yep. Yeah, and
That's pretty cool.
going back to our first interview, or Eric may have mentioned it. You got a truck, you've got a van, anything like that. If that's what is on your heart, be part of that list. Get a call, and you could help out.
Well, I had no intentions of really getting involved in this, but once I got involved, I was hooked.
right.
I was on a mission after that.
Yep.
These kids need me.
Exactly.
So,
And somebody has to do it.
and there's such good people at Orchards. The employees there, everybody has the same heart, and we're all on the same mission. So when you get that kind of power together,
Yep.
you can move a mountain, right?
Exactly. That's it. Takes a village, right?
Yes, sir.
That too. So.
Took a village to raise mine. Still raising them.
Yep. It's
Absolutely.
we again, I keep thinking about the bike event and everything, but I forgot about the Halloween parties. I'm glad you mentioned that, because those were they still do them in the building, right?
Yeah, we call it Hollow West, and it was actually called Hollow West because of a little boy that was part of Orchards who passed away. He drowned,
Oh.
and his name was West. So we changed the name from Halloween to Hollow West and made it his honor, because that
That's
was
pretty
his
cool.
favorite holiday.
How long ago was that?
I'd be guessing on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that was
little-
I'm guessing probably 8 years ago,
Okay.
9 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. But it's a fun time.
It is a
And-
fun
and-
time. I turn into a little kid when we have these events because I want to put myself in the frame of mind that they're in.
Exactly.
So we decorate accordingly.
Yep, and they have a fun night. So, and then coming up, there's is there a Thanksgiving?
We do Thanksgiving food. We take baskets and turkeys and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, that's a pretty heavy duty event because it's pretty heavy stuff we're moving.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty regular daily thing to get the food to these families.
Good. Yeah, and And I'm glad you mentioned that as well. So yeah, anyone looking to volunteer or not volunteer, I'm sorry, donate the food. I mean,
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving's the big one on that. So again, contacting orchards.
Just contact
Would
us. We'll
be-
come and get it, even if I have to do it personally.
Yep. That,
So
Amen.
We'll come and get it.
There you go. There you go. And then of course the Christmas is coming up. So will you be Santa again?
Oh, you know
You
it.
gotta be.
I can't back. I came too far to back out now. I love it.
Exactly. So, yeah. You have any questions?
No, I appreciate Tim coming in to see
Yeah.
us today.
No
and
problem. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for having me.
Thank you. And I have to say, I have to really thank Tim. He helped us out. We had another interview. Tim was actually going to help us out on Tuesday, and the other person couldn't make it, and Tim stepped up this morning. And
Yeah, I didn't even have time to practice what I wanted to say.
I know,
so it's
yeah,
all kind of
yeah.
raw.
You did
Yeah.
fabulous.
It was
All right.
awesome.
You're in great company. That's all we do here.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
That's
So,
all I had left up here.
You sound like you've done several interviews. So
Oh,
that's
well, that's surprising to me. Usually I choke up and I can't speak.
Right. So, but thank you. Really
No, you're
appreciate
very
it.
welcome.
Again, one of the big things we're trying to do right now is bring awareness to all this.
Well, I thank you for that because it's important.
Exactly.
These
exactly.
kids, after they leave foster care and they're 18 years old, it doesn't stop there.
Yep.
These kids need the support probably more now than ever. So that has to continue
Yep.
after the age of 18.
Exactly. And that's where the independent living comes in, and actually a little bit before that too. But we, having that discussion with Aaron was a really nice insight, and I hope people listening do see that it's you can do a lot, but you don't have to. If you've got a full-time job, nobody's expecting you to quit and do volunteering full-time.
Right.
But it's the little things that count, and if we get 100 people doing a bunch of little things, it's so much better.
Absolutely. You can call
you know.
Orchards and just sponsor one child's bike.
There you go.
That makes a
That's it.
difference. One bike makes
Yep.
a difference.
Exactly.
That's one child that's getting a bike that wouldn't have. So, yeah, there's so much you can do.
Exactly.
You can sponsor the children for Christmas. You can adopt a family. There's a great deal of things you can do if you can't physically help out or volunteer your time.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsor a kid.
Yep. Or even just pass the message along. If you know somebody that might be interested and you let them know and they end up doing something, that's just as important. So, I mean, there's so much. So,
Agreed.
So that's what we're trying to do. Just get that out. Help Orchards as much as possible. They've been amazing.
Oh,
very helpful.
Yeah.
They're a wonderful organization.
They're
Wonderful
part
people.
of my life now.
Exactly. Same here. And they're doing a wonderful thing. So yeah, it's day one of many hopefully here. So
Hope so.
but thank you again.
Thank you
I
for
really
what you
appreciate
do.
it all the time.